We demand to speak to Brother Lorenzo.
The sanctuary is not a place for warriors with swords.
Our swords have slain the beast, lifted the curse off this place in the way.
Wonderful news. Praise God.
And thank the Templars.
Hello and welcome to my review of The First Templar. The First Templar is a third-person hack-and-slash adventure game. In the game you'll play as a Templar knight as he is on the quest to find the Holy Grail. The storyline is pretty entertaining and the game has some decent voice acting. The main characters are all extremely well voiced, however the rest of the game can be somewhat laughable. They could have been done a lot better, though even the worst of the voice acting is never cringe-inducing. The characters and overall storyline, though, are extremely well written. It's just a shame that some of the voice acting is not on par with the main characters, as the storyline is very well written and extremely intriguing. The graphics are really the game's major problem, and the art style is nice. The level design is also extremely well done, and the animations can be choppy at times, and stiff. The facial animations are probably the worst of the lot. There's just no nice way to say it. They're poorly done, and they're just stiff and unpleasant to view. The eyes don't move, the lips move, but there's just no facial animations that make them look like a person. They just look like robots, which was slightly disappointing because in the scenes where you're having that great voice acting, it can be a bit unpleasant to view. The camera can also be pretty annoying at times as it gets in the way of the action, and it's choppy when you try to take control of it yourself. But the textures in the game are decent and the overall presentation is fair.
No monster stands a chance against our swords. God bless.
Boy, fetch me grandfather's blade.
It's not one of the best looking games out there, but it's far from being one of the worst. Also, some of the big set pieces are really cool and remind me of Kingdom of Heaven. The gameplay is fairly linear. You have an objective and you fight your way to them in each of the 20 levels. Each of the levels has a few different paths you can go down to for extra chests, optional objectives, or a few other weapons and outfits, but it is pretty limited. Most of the time you'll march down the linear path to kill your enemies, with the occasional puzzle here and there. None of the puzzles are extremely hard, but it's a nice break from the action. The game also has a few stealth sections. It's nothing fancy, but it works and gives the game a nice set of pace. You can also upgrade your characters with new skills and combos. It's not really heavy RPG stuff, but it did remind me a little bit of games like God of War or Devil May Cry. You do have a good amount of skills that you can choose, so you can make your character your own. The combat can be somewhat repetitive at times, but it definitely has its moments. There are some really cool and stylish finishing moves and some neat counterattacks to pull off. Also, the combos look really good. And the overall presentation of the combat is nice and the combat has a good flow to it, even if it does get somewhat repetitive. But hey, if you like hacking and slashing, then you'll like the combat. The First Templar is not the best game out there, and it's a bit overpriced for the game that there is here. But it does offer 10 to 12 hours of gameplay, so it's a long enough game with a great amount of content. The game can also be played in co-op. Overall, the game is decent fun and has a pretty entertaining storyline. The First Templar has a great storyline, good gameplay, and a fantastic score. This could have been a really fantastic game, it's just a shame that some of the flaws can get in the way. But it's still pretty fun and has plenty of content and a lengthy campaign. A solid 3 out of 5. Thank you for watching my review, please rate, comment, and subscribe, and for you guys on my website, don't forget to join up and visit thereallifegamer.com.
We bring you no money.
We bring you swords.